Let me tell you about this time this guy was dating, a love spell had got put on him, but not by me.
Hey y'all, welcome back to All Things Jenny. I'm Jenny. We are back with another love spell gone wrong. Story time. Let's get into it.
Do something with it.
It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me always. Money coming in all day. Money coming in all paid. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me.
Let me tell you about this time this guy was dating, a love spell had got put on him, but not by me. So boom, we living our best lives, things are going great. And we had this meeting, and she was invited by someone else that we knew. The moment I saw her, it was something in the spirit that did not line up. And my spirit felt very uneasy. It's one thing to see people, she looked like an amazing woman, but my spirit don't lie. Couldn't quite put my finger on it, but there were some oddball things, but I'll let them pass. But I noted them. A week or two later, I had a dream that she placed a spell on the guy that I was dating. He showed me that she put a love spell on him. It was wicked. It was really wicked. Yeah, gosh, you gotta show me proof. You gotta show me proof that she really did this. Me and her had a conversation sometime after that. Let's say we was talking about apples. She changes the conversation and says, hey, have you ever heard of those women that pay $5,000 to put a love spell on a man so he can fall for her? What? So I'm like, no, tell me more. She like, oh, never mind. It's just some silly stuff, you know. Do you think that's desperate if a woman does that? And I'm like, why do these women do that? And you paying $5,000, girl? Why do they? What? She like, oh, in hopes that they get married to a guy, and But anyway, let's go back to talking about apples. So I said, oh God, protect us. Say my husband, I can move on. Some more time went past, and then she showed up in my dream again, and what she tried to do this time was deceive me. She tried to make it seem as if he was a bad person to me and tell me that I deserve something else so I could be blinded to him, and she funnels in with him while I'm looking elsewhere. He fell for it. I'm gonna just say that he fell for the spell. The $5,000 must have worked, because the man started treating me different. He wasn't disrespectful, but he started treating me different. And afterwards, I had got proposed to twice by two other guys that, yeah. I gave him a warning. Please be careful to anyone that gives you an over extreme of flattery. It may seem right, but I promise you it's not. But when I first met him, the first thing he told me to do was to always use my intuition. And he even used me in different spaces and settings based upon my intuition. But once you put Punani in it, somehow they done forgot that you got intuition. And then God showed me in my dream, this man started messing around with little young hood rats. He started messing with younger girls that was younger than me, didn't even know how to read certain books. And it's Carisha, please. Oh, Lord. I think that just wrapped it up for me. Then God showed me another dream where she was frustrated because I guess the spell was wearing off because he was messing around. Look, ain't none of my business. Ain't none of my business. I cut off communication. I have to protect myself. And sir, if you want to be around here messing around with women that's putting love spells on you, then so be it. But I can't be around it because I have too much to lose. Stop doing matches to get a man. How about just work on yourselves? Don't be too worried about a man that you ain't even worried about you. Work on yourself. Love y'all.
Okay guys, story time on the time that I actually fucking lost my mind over a man. And when I say lost my fucking mind, like, I'm not joking. This is the most desperate fucking thing I've ever done, and that says a lot coming from me, okay? And I've only ever told one person this, that person being my best friend. And I, with the exception of her, I thought I would take this to the fucking grave, but I'm obviously putting it out on the internet where my future employer can probably see this. But I don't care. I've stopped giving a fuck, and I consider all of us to basically be like besties. So like, literally get to know me while I tell you about the time that I did fucking voodoo to get a man to like me. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, I'm gonna preface by saying that I really fucking like this man, and this man literally did not like me at all. Like, he did not fucking like me, but I was determined. I was like, no, this is something, like, we're meant to be. We're fucking, like, in my little, like, demented psychotic brain, I was like, no, we're fucking meant to be, and you can't convince me otherwise. So one day I'm fucking laying in bed, right, rotting, depressed as fuck, just scrolling on TikTok, like, why can't he just fucking like me? Like, I need him in my life, like, you know. And I can't even say this seriously. Like, this is so fucking bad. Like, what is fucking wrong with me? But anyway, I'm scrolling on TikTok and I come across this fucking video. And the video is like, you want him to like you? Make this honey spell jar and he will never be able to, like, leave you alone. And I was like, bet. You don't even have to say any more. Like, literally, what do I need? I was about to get out of bed and go to the fucking store. Like, I'm making this fucking jar. Like, what the fuck, okay? Like, I was like, let's do voodoo to get him obsessed with me. And instead of being a normal fucking human being and being like, oh, like, let me, like, ask him, like, maybe he does like me. Maybe, like, we could, like, we could be a thing. No, I didn't ask him. I never asked him. I was just like, no, honey spell jar is perfect. So the video was like, all you need is honey, fucking herbs, like oregano, tarragon, like herbs, pen, paper, and like tranquil music and a jar. And I was like, shit, I have all of that right now. I don't even need to go to the store. So I run my ass to the kitchen cabinet and I'm getting all the fucking spicy herbs, okay? Like, I'm getting all the herbs. Like, we're about to make some fucking, like, soup. We're not about to make soup. We're about to literally dabble in fucking witchcraft. I can't say this seriously. So I get all of the equipment. I'm done being depressed. Like, I'm like, it's time to, we're gonna get this job done, okay? Like, I'm gonna do this and he will never be able to leave me alone. It didn't work. Anyway, so I lock myself in my fucking room. I grab my pen and paper and I start fucking writing. And when I say I start writing, I'm writing down like psychotic shit, okay? And one of the like very clear instructions that this girl provided for the people was like, don't write anything like that's supposed to control the other person. Like, you're only supposed to write like happy things, like, oh, like, I wish him happiness and health, like, I want a new job, I want maybe more money, no, like, stuff like that. But in my own little psychotic, twisted, fucking obsessed brain, I took it as like a, he will love me forever, he will never leave me, like, I need him desperately, like, literally some like fucking psycho shit, okay? So I start writing, the tranquil music is going, like, it's like, ah, like shit like that. And bitch, I can, as I'm doing this, like, I'm really thinking, like, my third eye chakra is fucking opening. Like, I'm on my witchcraft shit. Like, literally, what is fucking wrong with me? So I'm writing. I write a fucking essay at this point, and I put my little spell in the jar, and I'm like, okay, like, depression has, like, left me. I'm like, we're good to go. Like, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up, and, like, he's gonna be like, baby, I need you. Like, what the fuck? Also, before I did this, I went on a deep dive, like, TikTok search of, like, other videos talking about this, like, voodoo spell jar, because I was like, I don't want bad karma. Like, I don't want to die tomorrow. Like, I need to know, like, if this is legit. And, of course, all the videos I saw, and me also being very, like, delusional at this time in my life, all the videos were like, no, like, girl, it'll work, but you have to make sure. And when I say this is my downfall, basically, they were like, you have to make sure that, one, you get basically like an ancestor of one of the witches or something that invented this voodoo spell to give you like permission to do this. And if you can't get permission, like, don't do it, or like buy it off somebody like on fucking Etsy or something. And I was like, bitch, I don't have time to get permission. I don't have time to wait for like the Etsy shipping. Like, I need him obsessed today, okay? So I was like, I'm not getting any fucking permission. So yeah, that left the window already. So bad karma was on my way. Also, they mentioned that, like, once you make this spell jar, and if it works or if it doesn't, whatever, and whenever you want to, like, cut your ties or something, you have to make sure that you break it. Like, you have to, like, yeet, like, throw it on pavement or something and shatter the jar. Or, like, if you throw it out without doing that, it could give you, like, lifelong terrible karma. Okay? And I was like, okay, like, bet, like, I'm gonna make sure to, like, hide this and, like, never let anyone find it, obviously, and I'm gonna make sure to dispose of it properly. And I was like, okay, like, we're good to go, obviously. So the jar is done. I put it under my, like, bathroom sink, because I'm like, okay, like, no one ever goes in my bathroom sink besides me. Like, obviously this is the best hiding place for it, right? And as time goes on, he's not obsessed with me and I'm becoming more delusional by the fucking day, okay? Like, this jar is, like, low-key not fucking working in my favor at all. And I'm like, one day, like, time has went past, and like, I'm going under my bathroom sink to like look for like lotion or like fake tan or something, whatever. And I'm scrounging around. And I'm like, where is this fucking voodoo spell jar that I made? As like a normal person would obviously think, like, where's my voodoo spell jar? So I'm scrounging. I'm like, where the fuck is it? Like, I'm actually scared. Because now I'm like, who the fuck went into the bathroom sink where it was supposed to be hidden? Because I sure as fuck did not throw the spell jar out. I didn't. So I go around asking each of my fucking family members, like, have you seen like a little brown jar, like a fucking tweaker? And obviously I was not going to tell anyone what was in the jar, because like if I told my mom, she would have sent me to the fucking mental hospital. Like, she would have been like, bitch, you have mental problems. Like, you need a straitjacket. Like, get the fuck away from me. But I was like, Mom, have you seen like a little brown jar? Like, and she was like, yeah, like I threw that out like a few weeks ago. And I was like, ma'am, come again. Like, what? You threw that out. And she doesn't even know what she's done to me, because in my little delusional brain, I was actually terrified. Like, I was fucking terrified for months on end. Low-key, I still am. That this jar, because it was not disposed of properly, like the voodoo, the karma, is all gonna come crashing down, like, to me. And I'm not joking. I lost sleep over this shit, okay? Like, literally lost sleep. Like, I would not go to sleep without being like, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and like die because of this like voodoo jar. Like, why did I fucking dabble in like fucking voodoo? Like, why did I do this shit? Like, what is wrong with me? Like, literally lost sleep over it. And anytime something bad happens to me today, I'm like, no, this is literally karma from that voodoo jar that I made. So yeah, that is literally the time that I actually fucking lost my mind over a man. And I genuinely think this is like the most psychotic thing I've ever done, because I refuse to believe that there's other people doing this. So yeah. So if like literally I die tomorrow, just know that it's because of this voodoo spell jar that I made because of a man. So yeah.
Story time. How a love witch, me, got by love spell. As in, someone put a love spell on me. And why we need to be really careful with our words. Okay, so the scene is I'm in my mid-20s and I'm curious by the word. Ooh, straight, no chaser. Oh my goodness. Okay. This guy who I'm completely not interested in reaches out to me for a work collaboration. I'm like, okay, sure, why not? So I meet him and there's this like magnetic connection, but I don't have attraction on my end. That's the first red flag. Now I know damn well I should not be messing with this man, because I know he practices magic. Not even the magic tradition that I do. But I do things for the plot in my 20s, and so I did it for the plot, and I learned a great lesson. This working relationship turns into a 2-year romantic relationship where I'm living with this person. Oh my goodness. And when I tell you, you're like, yes, how did you know that you were in underneath the love spell? Okay, some physical symptoms that you notice. I felt like my beauty was draining. Like, it was energetically just being pulled from me. And I just love dressing up. I love getting ready. I couldn't sleep for the life of me. It was so hard to dream. I had like no energy. And oh, that was also when I started getting like my anxiety panic attacks. My spirit was not having it at all. Now my grandma, who's the OG love witch, always told me, if you want to know a man, get him mad. You'll see all his true colors. So what did I do? I got this man mad. And in that moment of an argument, I felt my spirits mount me, and like they literally talked this through me, where they basically said, we do not consent to you nor your spiritual teacher, who he was getting guidance from, on this love contract. We do not agree to move forward. Literally, it just felt like things woke up really quickly. When I tell you that there was like spirits in that house while I was packing my shit, I was like, bye, you gotta figure this out. This is what you get for doing a love spell on a love wish. My people don't mess with me. You mess with me, you mess with the whole entire galaxy. And I could have easily saved him from being haunted for a few months, but like, who am I to get in the way of my girl Karma's lick back on this man? Et voila. Choose your words wisely. Universe is always listening. Love you.
I actually think she already knows, and I think that's part of the reason why she's getting them to begin with, but follow me here. What I'm about to say is purely my opinion, speculation, allegations, whatever you want to call it. But what I think has happened is that she did a love spell on Blueface before, probably initially when they met early on, something like that. And that love spell backfired. That's why we see her have the behavior that she has. She goes from these two completely different extremes, right? There's one extreme of being completely done with him. She don't want to deal with him no more. You know, it's F him, name the baby her junior. You know, she gonna raise him by herself, to tattooing his face on her face again. From getting the biggest piece covered up of him on her neck to getting another face. From being so done with him and moving into her own, you know, not wanting to deal with him no more, to moving back into his place. Like, I think that actually was a love spell that she did on him, and it backfired. And that's why we see her having the obsession that she has with him. And the thing is, each tattoo is just going to make it worse and worse. And now they brought a child involved into the situation. And listen, having a child with a karmic partner is not easy, period. Let me be the first one to tell you. And I did not have the type of relationship that these people have. I just had kids with a karmic. And I can tell you, ooh, baby, may the force be with her, I guess.
Hey guys, I'm here to tell you why you shouldn't cast a love spell and things that can go wrong if you do cast a love spell. So number one, obviously a person can go very crazy, stalkerish. I've had this happen before, not to me, but to somebody very close to me, and this person ended up getting stalked 3 cities over and basically couldn't get out their car, and this person broke their rear car mirror thing. It was pretty bad, and this person was very scared. Another reason is this person might come back to you great, awesome, you know, like this person might tell you, oh my god, I want to get back with you, I was wrong, just for 3 days later for their free will to kick in and fall right back out of love with you. And this is going to cause even more damage to you and your feelings emotionally because you just expected something and you got let down. I hope that makes sense. Part 3, free will. A person still has free will despite however many spells you cast. This person might give into the spell, but they can always resist it and they can always go against it. Again, that goes to you being let down again and having expectations, and it can just become so negative for a person.
By a young lady named, okay, we're going to name her Amara for the purpose of the story. She said, I live in Dominican Republic in a small town. Although it's very poor, but people always found their way here to come and vacation because they see the island as somewhere beautiful to vacation. Okay. One summer, everything changed when James, a wealthy man from the United States, arrived on vacation. Unlike most tourists who treat the island like a temporary escape, James fell in love, not just with the scenery, but with Amara. Her beauty and kindness and loyalty captivate him. To everyone's surprise, he chose to stay on the island, marrying Amara within 6 months. He used his wealth to give her the life of her dream, a beautiful home overlooking the ocean in the finest clothes and respect of the entire town. Amara became the envy of the village. Laura, her best friend, once her close confidant, found herself consumed with jealousy. The life that Amara now had was the life that Laura always dreamed of. Every glance at Amara's happiness felt like a dagger to Laura's heart. Over time, her bitterness grew into something dark. One night, Laura made her way to the edge of the island where an old root worker named Mama Delphine lived. Known for her potent spells and dark magic, Mama Delphine warned Laura of the risk of tampering with free will. But Laura was too blinded by envy to care. She begged Mama Delphine for a love spell, something strong enough to make James leave Amara and fall for her instead. Mama Delphine reluctantly agreed, mixing herbs, oils, and powders into a potion that pulsed with an eerie glow. This will bind his heart to yours, Mama Delphine said. But remember, child, taking Love taken by force will never bring you peace. Laura ignored the warning. Take the potion back to her small house and follow the instructions later. Days later, James began to act strangely. He seems distant and cold towards Amara. His once loving gaze is now clouded with confusion. Within weeks, he shocked the village by filing for divorce and pursuing Laura. To everyone's surprise, he married her, giving her the same life of luxury he had given Amara. Laura thought she had won the life of her dreams, but it didn't take long for her dreams to unravel. Though James showered her with gifts and attention, his affection felt hollow and forced. He became irritable and aggressive, his temper flaring at the smallest provocation. He would wake in the middle of the night, pacing the house, murmuring about the feeling trapped in a life he did not want. Hold on 1 second, guys. Feeling trapped in a life he did not want. One night, as Laura laid in her opulent bed, James turned to her with eyes that seemed almost black in the dim light. "What have you done to me?" he growled, his voice low and menacing. "I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't stop thinking about Amara. She's still in my head. She's still in my heart, no matter how hard I try to forget." Laula was terrified. The spell had worked too well, binding James to her in body, but leaving his soul restless and tormented. He began to despise her, treating her with cruelty and disdain. The love she had craved so deeply was now a curse, and she was trapped in a gilded prison of her own making. As the month passed, strange occurrences began to plague Laura's life. Shadows moving in the home when no one was there. She heard whispers in the wind, voices assuming her of betrayal. Every mirror in her house cracked, reflecting not her face, but a distorted, haunted version of herself. Desperate, Laula returned to Mama Delphine, begging for a way to undo the spell. But the root worker shook her head. "What is done cannot be undone. You meddle with the forces you did not understand, and now you must pay for the price. Love is not something to be stolen. It is given freely or not at all." Meanwhile, James, still haunted by his lingering love for Amara, left Laula. He couldn't explain it, but he felt a pull towards his first wife. Even the guilt and confusion consumed him. Laula, now alone, was left to live in the house, and she had fought so hard for it. Claimed, surrounded by luxury, but tormented by the consequence of her actions. As for Amara, though her heart had been broken, she found solace in the community. She rebuilt her life, finding strength in her resilience. People whispered that she was protected by the spirit of the island. Her pure heart shielded her from the darkness that had consumed her. And also, the lesson of the island consumed Amara. And so, the lesson of the island echoed in the waves, in the wind. Love cannot be forced. And envy is a poison that destroys not only its victims, but also ones who wield it. Anyways, guys, so that's the story. Be careful what you wish for, and don't do love spell against people, because it might come back to bite you in the ass, okay? Because I always tell people all the time that love spell will work. It's always gonna work. But are you going to get exactly what you want? Because at the end of the day, you can make someone fall in love with you, but if they're a cheater, and I say this in every video, if they're a cheater, they're going to be a cheater. They're going to be obsessed with you, basically, but they'll still be a cheater. If they are a womanizer, they will be obsessed with you and want to be on top of you 27, but they're still going to be a womanizer. It doesn't change the person. It just changes a little bit of things to make them seem that they're in love, to make it seem as though they're in love with you. But a lot of time it's just infatuation, and it's just like an obsession that is too much. It's basically smothering. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story. Talk to you later. Submit your stories to me. Let me know if you want me to read your stories. And yeah, just like I said before, don't come for my reading. I try, okay? I try. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Love you. Hey guys, I'm Jenny, and this is Shameless Plug. So I want to tell you guys about my Crown of Success manifestation book with easy, simple rituals and spells to manifest a life of abundance in your life. And those spells are so easy, even a child can do it. So this book is filled with different spells that I've learned over the years from my family, passed down from grandma and everything. And also those are spells that I've actually tried and I know that they work. So this book not only teach you step by step on the things that you can do that are so easy that a child can do it, but it tells you like the proper moon phase to use, alchemy, manifesting with numbers, numerology, and also the days of the week that best fit for this particular spell. So it tells you the timing of when to practice the spell, the days of the week, the moon phase. It shows you all the colors of the candles that you should be using and different planets. So for example, it shows you like planet Jupiter is for Thursdays and the hours of the days that you should be doing the spell. So this is an easy road opener spell. So I know a lot of people like to do like different spell work, but if your roads are blocked, of course your spells are not going to work. So it's good to unblock yourself first and then start using the spell, especially with the new years and the new days to come. And also I have some amazing spells in here. This is a powerful quick money spell. So if you're in a bind for some money and you're just trying to get some money, and I even have some easy powerful spell to win Game of Chance. So if you are a gambler, now I don't promote gambling, but if you are a gambler and you're just trying to make some money and trying to make sure you win, these spells will definitely help you. It tells you the best days to do it. So it says the best days to perform this spell is on a Thursday, Jupiter day. Jupiter is the planet of good fortune, luck, and expansion. Jupiter is the best day to perform spells that boost luck and increase your chance of success in any game of chance or any money spell, period. It has a list of so many spells that you can incorporate in your life with this new year to bring prosperity. And I even put some bonus spells on here, which for Saturday is a day to do like protection work. So I have a spell for like send back to senders. So I put some bonus spells on here, and then a protection with Archangel Michael. So there's so many spells on here. Removing the evil eye spell, so you can remove evil eye in your money and also in your everyday life. New Year home blessing spell, and I know it's been a few days since the new year started, but you can always do a home blessing spell any days of the week. As long as you need it, you could do it. So anyways, guys, this is my book. It's called Crown of Success by Jenny, and it's available on Amazon, the ebook and also the physical copying. So please grab a copy if you're interested in supporting this channel. This is a way to support the channel and to support me as well for putting out, you know, content every day for you guys to enjoy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this book, and I hope you go and grab your copy, whether it's the ebook or the physical copy. I say have a physical copy, but it's really up to how much, you know, your wallet and what you can afford. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Mwah. This is a shameless plug, so just check out my channel, okay? Love you guys. Mwah.